Hello, my name is Jadwiga Meyer and I am a librarian at the Sterling Heights Public Library. Thank you for joining me in watching this 18th episode of First Rate Reads. If you haven't seen the previous ones, please check these on our Facebook page or SHTV1 YouTube channel. Today I would like to share with you a few stories from the past. If you like historical fiction, these books might be just what you are looking for. I will start with two books written by Christina Baker Klein, Orphan Train and The Exiles. The first book, Orphan Train, is a powerful story about resilience, second chances, and unexpected friendship between an elderly woman and a teenage girl. Molly helps Vivian to sort through her possessions. During the process, she discovers that Vivian's life is not quite what it seems to be. The closer they get, the more similarities in their lives they discover. In The Exiles, we meet Evangeline, Hazel, and Martina, who tell their stories of Australia from their perspective. Evangeline is a young, naive governess in early 19th century London. Seduced by her employer's son, she is discharged when her pregnancy is discovered. Accused of a theft, she is sent to the prison. After that, she is being sent with other prisoners to a penal colony in Australia. On her way to Australia, on a slave ship Medea, she meets Hazel, a skilled midwife and herbalist. In 1840s, British government relocated a numerous of Aboriginal people. One of them was Martina, the orphaned daughter of the tribe chief. She was adopted by a new governor of Van Diemen's Land. It is a remarkable story of hardships and bonds of female friendship. It is also a story about Australia, land of punishment, very often brutal and unfair life, but also land of redemption, new way of life, freedom, and opportunity. My next recommendation, Molokai by Alan Brennard, takes us to the end of 19th century and the beginning of the 20th century Hawaii. The novel is about Rachel Kalama, a 7-year-old Hawaiian girl whose childhood is stolen when she is being diagnosed with leprosy. She is taken from home and sent to Kalaupapa, the quarantine leprosy settlement on the island of Molokai. You would think that it is the end of Rachel's life, but actually it is the beginning of a beautiful story. And if you enjoy Molokai, you can follow up with the companion tale, The Daughter of Molokai. The fourth book that I would like to talk about is The Underground Railroad by Colson Whitehead. The powerful story will follow Cora, who is a slave on a cotton plantation in Georgia in a pre-Civil War era. When she meets Cesar, he tells her about the Underground Railroad, and they decide to escape. They reach South Carolina, where Cora stays for a while, but then she is forced to flee again. State by state, she is seeking a true freedom. The story of the next novel takes place partially in 18th century and partially in present-day London. The Lost Apothecary by Sarah Penner. A secret apothecary secretly dispenses poisons to women who are wronged by men. She has two rules. Rule number 1, the poison must never be used to harm another woman. The rule number 2, The names of the murderers and their victims must be recorded in the apothecary's register. In a present-day London, we meet aspiring historian Caroline, who spends her 10th wedding anniversary alone after the discovery of her husband's infidelity. When she finds an old apothecary vial near the river, she cannot resist investigating. Her life connects to the story of the 18th century apothecary and unsolved apothecary murders. The last 3 recommendations will tell the stories from the World War II. All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr is a beautiful story of a blind French girl and a German boy whose paths cross in occupied France. Marie Laure lives in Paris near the Museum of Natural History, where her father works. Werner grew up in Germany, and since childhood, he was fascinated with radio. He became an expert in building and fixing them. His job in occupied Paris is to track down the resistance. It is a very moving story. It shows that even against all odds, people can be compassionate and try to be good to one another. The next book, We Were the Lucky Ones by Georgia Hunter, describes the story of a Jewish family who against all odds survived the Holocaust. We meet the Kurzes family, Sol and Nehuma, and their 5 children in Radom, Poland. The action starts in 1939 after Nazi invasion of Poland. Every member of the family needs to deal with different circumstances. Sol and Nehuma are forced into Radom ghetto when their house is confiscated. Son Genek is arrested in Łódź, and along with his wife, he is sent by Soviets to a labor camp in Siberia. Later, he became a part of Polish army when the Soviet Union will fight against Nazi Germany. Another son, Adi, is in France and manages to escape to Brazil. The last 3 of children, Jakob, Helena, and Mila, make their way to Warszawa, where they try to survive with the false papers. My last recommendation for today is The Girl from the Channel Islands by Jenny LeCote. The novel starts in the year 1940 and takes place in Channel Islands, the only part of Great Britain that was occupied by Nazi Germany. The main character, Hedy Berku, is a young Jewish girl who fled Vienna in 1938 and ended up in Jersey Island. She works as a translator for Germans and falls in love in German officer. It is a tale of bravery and love under impossible circumstances. This is all what I prepared for you today. Thank you for watching. Please check the previous videos from the First Rate Read series on our library Facebook page or SHTV1 YouTube channel. Take care.